Dear colleagues, it's a great honor for me to be a participant at the international conference organized by Pixel and dedicated to a problem of future of education. My name is Associate Professor Maria Markova from University of National Network Economy, and the title of my paper is Problem-Solving Oriented Education for Students in the course Design of Architecture, Interior and Exterior. The course, Design of Architecture, Interior and Exterior, is intended to provide to the students knowledge and skills about the nature of the design of architecture as entirety of whole building, interior and exterior design solutions. We will use a term architectural design for all creative solutions in architecture, interior and exterior. All the design results regarding the building include building design, construction, design of interior and exterior, are presented as a result of professional work, expertise, and intellectual creative endeavor for architectural designers. Special attention is paid to the protection of the design of architecture as intellectual property divided to possibilities for protection as copyright and as an industrial property as invention, utility model, industrial design, their main characteristics, criteria for identifying intellectual property, and the economic benefits of such protection in the real property business. As the first module, this academic course presents the architectural designs as intellectual property, architectural designs as copyright, and architectural designs as industrial property. Architectural design as copyright. The general legal options for copyright are implemented for architectural works and will be presented in a summarized table for all IP objects and end of this module. Here, we will be focused on the special text in copyright law for architectural works. The author of the architectural work cannot stop the use of the work due to the changes in his or her beliefs. The author shall not do right to oppose the owner of the work of architecture to demolish, rebuild, or upgrading it if this is done in accordance with current regulations. For specifying how to make changes, the owner of the work of architecture may file a request with the appropriate collecting society that is required to conduct the consultancy. The architectural designer couldn't make alteration in this work inasmuch as this doesn't prejudice right acquired by other persons, or could not stop use his work, revision of the work, and couldn't revise the already realized work. The author possesses the right to receive a reward for every kind of using of its work and for every consecutive using of such work. Architectural design as industrial property. We are going to review three main legal options for IP protection for the architectural design as patent for invention, utility models, and industrial designs. As a patent for invention, generally, the best way of protection for the principal new products at a technological and scientific level is invention. The Bulgarian patent law says patents shall be granted for inventions in any field of technology which are new, involve an inventive step, and are susceptible for industrial application. The protection conferred by the patent is limited in time, generally for 20 years. The Bulgarian Patent Office issues the patent which validation is for the Bulgarian territory. The exclusive right in an invention shall comprise the right to use, the right to prohibit other person from using, and the right to dispose of the patent. As utility model, in a number of countries, innovations are also protectable through registration under the name utility model or short-term patent. The requirements are less strict than for patents, in particular in respect of, and the duration of protection is shorter, but otherwise the rights under the utility model are similar. The utility models assigned to the products. Regarding the Bulgarian law, certificate for utility model shall be granted for utility models which are new, obtain an inventive step, and are industrially applicable. Utility model protection shall be available to objects with structural and technical features related to the improvement of the design, shape, or layout of the elements of products, tools, devices, etc., designed for use in production or in everyday life and that satisfy the requirements mentioned above. At this part of the first module, the students make patent research for the patents utility models using websites www.portal@bpo.bg and www.espacenet@epo.org. Their research are focused as a priority in the following international patent classification classes: fixed construction and mechanical engineering, lighting and heating. Some examples presented to and analyzed by students as a priority: they applicant owner, patent description, classification index, inventor and related to the owner rights, etc. legal aspects. The first example is building element of the subject owner company SOA Ltd with application from 2013. Patent description is shown on the screen. The second example is thermal brick, application for utility model for 2016 by Tihomir Kumanov, natural person, as inventor and applicant. Patent description you may see on the screen. As industrial design, the new outlook, aesthetical or ornamental decisions for the product can be protected as industrial design. The Bulgarian industrial design law says industrial design means the appearance of the whole or a part of product resulting from the specific feature of the shape, lines, contours, ornamentation, colors, or combination of such. Product means any industrial or handicraft article, including parts intended to be assembled into a complex article, set as article, or composition of articles, and so on. Industrial design is a very convenient object for intellectual property protection for parts and modules in building decisions and architectural components. The right on a design shall be acquired by registration with the Patent Office as from the date of filing an application for registration. Design shall be registered if it is new and has an originality. A design must meet both of the criteria to be eligible for protection. The right of the registered industrial design are exclusive rights such the rights given by patent. The exclusive right in a design shall comprise the right to use the design, the right to prohibit other persons from using, and the right to dispose of the registered design. Term of protection for a registered design shall be 10 years as from the date of filing of application, and this registration may be renewed for 3 successive periods of 5 years each, as maximum 25 years. Certificate for industrial design is valid on the territory of Bulgaria and for registered community design for all 28 EC countries. The scope of legal protection shall be defined by the graphic representation or photos of the registered designs. Some examples: industrial design under name Building Support from 2015 of the designer and owner Kirill Gatovsky, and Industrial Design Classification Index 2502, Construction Materials and Construction Elements for Buildings. Here, students analyze the registered industrial design as order, owner, priority date, presented photos, description, if it is applied, variants, and related legal aspects. Second example is about registered community design from 2003 under name Drainage Blocks with holder ACO Severin Alman GmbH. On this slide, in summarized table, are presented objects of protection, object of copyright invention, utility model and industrial design, and their characteristic as nature of protection, characteristic of protection, term of protection, and relation cost-effect. As a second module, this academic course presents the main business aspects for the architectural design as intellectual property, started with research in IP rights and finalized to business strategy. At this module of this academic course, the attention is given to the essence of patent information and research in the field of design and intellectual property, and specialized information sources and methodology. They are differentiated by types: research for patentability, for patent clearance, and license exchange. The basic methodological points here are the following: complex analysis of intellectual property and form an IP strategy for architectural designs of the company. Forming of intellectual property strategy in architectural innovations is based on the following important points. First of all, intellectual property as a business tool with economic functions. IP is an object of implementation of the company activities, and it is a source of revenue generation, cost reduction, and strategic market position. As a second point, intellectual property should obtain the following business goals. The questions here are: what, when, and how to implement and invest intellectual property objects in business. In details, how to minimize risk, to realize cost reduction and receive a profit, and how to sustain the strategic market position. The practical work in this course is matched to a particular real object, analyzing the real contract in copyright, research of protected decision as patented invention or utility models, research of registered industrial design, studies for license agreements, and the students should present their well-based points of view to following questions: how to carry out research into the protected design decision, the effects of protection for solution in the design of architecture, and to select the counterparty in exchange license. The economic aspects of the use of protected solutions, measures against infringement of intellectual property rights, and architectural designs as a factor for business identity and visual culture. Conclusion: by using the proposed methodology for the analysis and evaluation of the intellectual property in the field of architectural innovations owned by natural persons or companies, the students could make well-based recommendations to the company management how to achieve stable competitiveness in the globalized, competitive, knowledge-based economy. You may see references for this paper on the screen. And thank you for your attention.